Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday, but it isn't really a happy Friday, is it? As some of you may know, on Monday, we lost one of the bravest members of the space program, Jebediah Kerman. So, I'd like to start off tonight with a little tribute to Jeb. I hope you'll enjoy the tribute. Alright, but enough of that. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes of tonight. We need to find a way to recover satellite, or I guess it's a satellite now, it doesn't have a cockpit. So, you guys should be able to see the game. I can see the game. Can you see the game? Make sure everything is set up here. Alright, let's dive on in. So, our first goal of the day is to send up an engineering team to fix the space station. We're going to make some adjustments to the space station design, so in the future, it's not as wobbly, for one. Here it is. This is the... Oh, we still got these guys coming in, huh? Luckily, it's not Val, so she's already aware of the situation. I'm in orbit here. Alright, so this is our target. Let's see what the damage is entirely. I feel like it was literally just the cockpit, which it was. So theoretically, we just need to send an engineer up here, attach a new cupola module, fuel it up, and then we can send it off to the MUN. Station must be fully assembled when launched. I mean, it was. Not now. But hey, that's okay. We're going to go ahead and try that out. So, first order of business, putting together a shuttle based on our previous design that we can send up there with an engineer. Transfer it is. Alright, we're going to make some quick adjustments to this because I noticed some things going back and watching the VOD that I think may be of use. First, we're going to go ahead and double this. Kind of space them out evenly here. Between the center of gravity. Alright, well, moving these things doesn't do much, so here in the middle. And this looks roughly spread out. The other thing we need to do is add a payload. A nice big one. We should be able to slap a thing in. Open. Oh, wait, that's not what we want. I want the service bay with explosive door. Isn't there? Oh, cargo. That's what I'm looking for. We want this guy. Oh, that's crap. bigger one? Okay, this is what we want. There we go. We should be able to slap a cupola module. Oh, construction only part, huh? Alright, I guess we need to bring this up by hand. Well, shouldn't be too hard, right? We just stick it to the front here. I mean, it doesn't look great, but I should be able to turn it off, right? Yeah, I think we can work with that. Okay. Now, we'll leave it at that, and we will go check the tracking station and wait until base station in desert. That's good. All right. All right, I just noticed something I want to double check. Okay, yeah, they're still way out there. We're good. Also, some of the plans for tonight revolve around rescuing some more Kerbals, because we're going to need more Kerbals at this rate if we're going to be losing them XCOM style. Alright. Good, we'll send them up there. We need a Daredevil pilot, an engineer, and a station keeping pilot. Ilkus. Good. Sure, this is good. It's fine. What a brave man, going in the line of duty like that. Oh, I should have played the SpongeBob clip. You're so right. What's wrong with me? What episode is it? Squared away here. Alright, off we go. So, I did have a couple of discussion topics for this evening, but I'll let you guys kind of filter in before I start talking too much. Also, very important lesson that I learned: don't watch chat during high impact maneuvers, like, I don't know, docking, orbital rendezvous, taking off or landing, you know, all that stuff will probably wait for more quiet times. If you check the clip that I posted, you'll notice I was coming in way too fast and was completely distracted by our discussion on Kerbal fan fiction. Oh, don't flip. Nope, we don't flip. We do not flip here anymore. We have decided we do not do that anymore. This thing just tip over, huh? Luckily we've got Valentina at the helm. She won't let that happen. You see how somber they are now. This is a sad day. Let's get this thing leveled out. I believe that the station is somewhere between 100 and 120 kilometers up. So I guess that's what we're aiming for. Oh, okay. We're done with that. Do that. What? What happened? Why did it not do? Oh, there we go. Oh, I was like freaking out. Like, what the heck did I break this time? Jeez. Because I messed with the staging, I bet. Looks like it's wearing a hat. So, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving if you're in the US, or a good Thursday if you're not. I had a pretty okay Thanksgiving this year. I got some delicious dark meat from the turkey. The best meat. Plenty of stuffing and mashed potatoes. So on and so forth. Homemade pie, which was great. A lot of people have cranberry sauce with their Thanksgiving. I've never found cranberry sauce all that appetizing. Like, it slurps out of that can, and I'm like, no thanks. We'll just have some more pie if it's all the same. Alright, let's start looking at our intersect here. So we are closing in. We're going to have to make a couple of adjustments here. Yeah. Just to be able to actually intersect. But I would say we're in a pretty good spot right here. So. We will ride it out there. And then we will get the inclination set. And this time, no screw-ups. That's the new space station, or the new space program motto. This time, no screw-up. Vulcan Rider, you're here. You missed the memorial service. No, it's for me. It's for Monday's stream, if you'll remember. Jeb died in the most embarrassing way possible. I'll go ahead and make a clip for the short memorial service that I did. Otherwise, it wasn't anything too fancy. Ooh, okay, we got our intersects lining up here. Alright, there we go. We'll just head out to the descending node and fix our inclination. I mean, theoretically, the memorial could work for your Jeb as well. I mean, it's the same Jeb across multiple timelines. Changing our inclination here. How was Thanksgiving? Worse than re-entering minus a spacecraft? I feel like... Okay, so here's my thing about Jeb. He's a daredevil. He's willing to try re-entry without his spacecraft. But him just chilling in the space station, waiting for the refueling ship to show up, and then the refueling ship crashes into the cupola module and just blows him up, that's such a lame way to go out. Jeb is all about the thrill, and there's no thrill in just minding your own business and getting blowed up. Alright, well, we're on track to rendezvous here. So this time, I'm going to follow the advice I got on Reddit, which I already knew, but, you know, I didn't follow, was to use the main engine to slow down to, like, 2 meters per second, and then use the RCS modules to handle the final approach. You're gonna get into orbit this weekend? I mean, we could get you into orbit tonight if you want. Okay, we're closing in here. Alright. So, first things we're gonna do... Not quite close enough yet. Back. Bring down the intersect separation to at least under 1 kilometer, if not more. Okay, perfect. Ooh, there's an eclipse going. How exciting. So the thing about getting to orbit is it's make sure your rocket is designed right. That's the first step. And then make sure you're flying it right. Because if you'll remember, I'm in Timeout said this in one of the first streams, is that to get into orbit, it's not about going up, it's about going sideways. The reason you go up is so you're out of the atmosphere and there's no drag that's going to slow you down. You watch Scott Manley. Oh, yes. Highly recommend Scott Manley. He's a very funny guy. He doesn't do a lot of KSP stuff anymore, but he does talk about real space stuff, which I occasionally check out if there's something really interesting. I know he follows a lot of the SpaceX stuff. I actually recently watched his video about using like magnetic rotation to yeet stuff into orbit, which is pretty cool. Yeah, he was playing. Yeah, he played the old KSP. But the mechanics still mostly apply. They've tweaked some of the atmosphere and since then and the aerodynamic models, but still solid advice. So, for those of you just joining us, as you can see, I have put a replacement cupola module on the top of the resupply shuttle, and we've brought Bill Kerman, who is an engineer. So we're going to rendezvous with the station, attach the new cupola module, then we're going to transfer Gilkis to serve as the main pilot. We're going to refuel the station, then we're going to send Val and Bill home, and we're going to send another pilot back up and a scientist, like we were before. Although actually, we're going to have to see if we can actually do this mission, because there's a little clause in here that it must be fully assembled. And while it was technically fully assembled when we launched it, it was not fully assembled at a certain point, so I don't know if it'll still work. It was apparently presented in a different way that seemed to make more sense to me. Yeah, Scott Manley, he's got a very soothing Scottish voice and a funny guy, so he's, everybody's got to find their own style of learning games that works for them. Which reminds me, I have been helping my friend play Hearts of Iron 4, which I have never played, but I am familiar with Europa Universalis and Crusader Kings. So I'm trying to kind of work through the game, and he doesn't play any of these games, so he's got no clue. All right. I'm not going to screw it up this time. I am eyes off chat. We are going to slow way down. Anyway, so it's a fun game if you like grand strategy or World War II alternate history situations. We were playing as France today, and when Germany decided to put their troops or remilitarize the Rhineland, we said no, and Germany backed down, which I thought was pretty funny. So you said, no, we didn't surrender. I said, no, you're not putting troops in there. That's a demilitarized zone. It's in the Treaty of Versailles, and Britain's got our back. So Germany took their troops and went home. It's like a fun game if you're like an armchair general, and you're thinking, I could have done it better than that. I wouldn't have done that. Like, yeah, obviously hindsight is 20/20, but that's what makes the game fun. I do not know how Jeremy Clarkson refers to the French. Cheese-eating surrender monkeys? Or is that from something else? Do I play board games? I do play board games. I play a lot of board games, actually. That would be it. Cheese-eating surrender monkeys? I think that I got that from TV Tropes. So you see how slow we're coming in now. This would have been the appropriate approach speed, not 11 meters per second like I was. Obviously, it's going to take us longer, but hey, that just gives us more time to talk about Kerbal fanfiction. Actually, go over a bit here. There we go. So no rush. All right, and you were talking about board games. What do you want to talk about? Some board games tonight? You got any recommendations? All right, let's point towards the target. I think we're slow enough. We can rely on RCS. Pretty good here. Oh, that's much better. I don't know why I tried to do a single RCS port in the middle. Having two on either side is much better. Played a bunch of board games. What kind of games do you prefer? Like war games, or I think we might have talked about this. You're an old guy. I don't even think a lot of them are still in print. Yeah, probably not. Although you'd be surprised. A lot of companies have been bringing back older board games since there was kind of a resurgence. I know they reprinted Dune. They brought back Hero Quest. I don't think it's quite the same, or I don't think they brought it back yet. I think they're doing like a sequel game. RCS is kind of loud, but I mostly play more modern games. I think I've said in the past, Terraforming Mars is probably my favorite board game currently, but I also really like Alchemist if I can get people to play it with me, and Terra Mystica if I have time. Third Reich, Midway. Okay, so yeah, we talked about this on Monday. Like those kind of wargaming light board games. Alright. Stay on target. Val, you've turned off your targeting computer. That's a Star Wars reference. For you millennials out there who don't know what Star Wars is. It's a really bad film series from the late 90s and early 2000s. With a bunch of CGI Muppets. And a really annoying kid. I wasn't sure if it was you or another streamer I switched. Yeah, we talked about it on Monday. There's probably a lot of everything kind of got thrown out of whack once Jebediah got blowed up. That kind of overshadowed the night. You're so over Star Wars. Hey, I was never into Star Wars, so I have a lot of advantage there. Like here is a list of things I like about Star Wars. Pod racing. That concludes the list. I was distracted by the Kerbal fanfic talk. You can see it in the clip. Specifically Kerbal erotic fanfiction. This time, as you can see, I am not distracted and we are coming in extremely slowly. Almost too slow. But, this gives us a good time to talk before I have to do a bunch of work getting docked up and everything. So, Purple Prawn. Yeah. And hopefully we'll have some more folks coming in to check out the stream tonight. I realize it's the Friday after Thanksgiving. People have better things to do. But, not everybody's from the U.S. There's a lot of people that like KSP from all over the world. Look at the mun. So majestic. Get distracted by the mun. Come on. Look, the reason I talk about fanfics is because one of the streamers that I really enjoy reads fan fiction on stream, and he does voices for all the characters, and it's really funny, and the fan fictions are so bad that they're good, and the chat has a wonderful time. So I want to bring that experience to my stream, if at all possible. I liked the original trilogy, but not much else. I think that is probably the general consensus. There's been a group of people trying to reclaim the prequels as good, actually. I don't know how not disingenuous it is. Who is this? Oh, Jabroni Mike, the Vine Sauce adjacent streamer. Mostly reads Sonic fan fiction. But that's not like his main thing. He just does that as like a treat for the chat. He does a lot of other things too. Kind of what got me into streaming. Alright, I think we're about... Okay, we're still like 200 meters out. That's a lot of meters. So we need to get around to the front and send Bill out to remove Cupola, place it on the front of the Mun station. We'll send Gilkis over to take control. I saw the Phantom Menace, but I could only get about 20 minutes into Attack of the Clones. I think Attack of the Clones is probably the worst one. And a lot of people will say, oh, I didn't like Phantom Menace because it had the kid. But like, whatever, it's the kid, who cares? Attack of the Clones, they don't have a kid, and it still manages to be terrible. And here's the thing. The story beats, like all the stuff that happens, is pretty reasonable. It's the individual things going on. It's just like bad dialogue. Mostly that. I guess the Jar Jar stuff is kind of like, why? Why do you have this in your movie? A lot of the like dumb fan servicey stuff, like having C-3PO get built by Anakin, that's just dumb. But in general, like the general story beats, like, okay, orphan kid, or not orphan, but you know, like slave kid gets taken by the Jedi to be trained, but they shouldn't train him because XYZ. Okay, sure, no problem. The Emperor, or the Senator Palpatine, is a Sith, and he is trying to create a crisis to take control of the Galactic Senate and declare himself Emperor and get unlimited power. Sure, no problem. That's easy, but it's just the little individual things that just don't mesh with the story. And I've heard a lot of people say positive things about the Clone Wars TV show and how it kind of throws out all the garbage and in favor of good writing and all that. And that may be true, but at the end of the day, I don't watch that show. I watched the movies. Alright, okay, hang on. We need to slow it down here. Alright, let's back it up, back it up. Remember, all the controls are reversed in this mode. Alright. Bill, you think you can handle this from here? Got it, no problem. Alright, so Bill is gonna get out. He is gonna go fix our little problem. Problem being, of course, that this thing doesn't have a cockpit. Let's... Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want this one. There we go. All right. Alright, good work, buddy. Now let's get it twisted so it actually meshes with the rest of the station, huh? Alright, I think. Oh, not quite. Alright, buddy, you got it. A little more. Alright, looks great. Alright, now we're gonna get Gilkis over here. Alright, I see you guys are talking about Star Wars here. I will get to it in just a second. But first I need to get this crew transfer done. Alright. I think that it's been around. Alright, Gilkis, go get that thing under control. And a Gilkis over. Alright, yeah, just going through the science lab, that's fine. Alright, we've got it under control, everybody. Control from here. And we need to point normal. Alright. The millions of fancy clothes Padme wears. That's fine. She's royalty. She should be changing her clothes. It could almost, it's like a plot point that she brings so much clothes on the ship to escape Naboo. And my favorite sci-fi, Babylon 5. Heck yeah. Did you like, I mean, I'm assuming you liked Deep Space Nine then. You like Babylon 5. Is she elected royalty? Yeah, it's weird. So Naboo has this culture of choosing a child queen because they are perceived as more like innocent, but also like their ideals are better. So it's a weird tradition, but whatever. That's a plot point. She becomes a senator in Attack of the Clones after her term as queen is over. So, yeah, there you go. All right, now we just need to then, nope, not RCS, SAS. Now we just need to head over here. This will be a pretty easy dock now that we have some control back on the station. You like Babylon 5 more? I've heard like great things about Babylon 5. I haven't watched any of it. I haven't really got to watch a lot of TV. My life has been basically dedicated to gaming. But I have heard good things about it. I have nothing bad to say about it, that's for sure. Did you watch Star Trek? I should take the time. Yeah. How many seasons is it? What do you have to say about Star Trek Picard? Five seasons of Babylon. A lot of time to dedicate to watching a show. Alright, so this is where we're gonna want to be. Oh, I guess I can turn off caps lock here. So if you don't know already, caps lock turns on like a sort of, what the heck? Why is it not showing me my vector? It's really frustrating. Go back. Okay, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Deep Space Nine was 7. I haven't seen Deep Space Nine either. But yeah, you know, I guess I could if I could find a way to get it. Is it on, I'm assuming it's on Paramount Plus. Have you seen Star Trek Continues? I have not. Haven't watched Picard. I also haven't watched Discovery or Lower Decks. Lower Decks, isn't that like basically like a Family Guy type thing set in the Star Trek universe? Like it's like a parody almost. And no, I haven't seen any Star Trek, like at all. I am familiar with the original series and mostly through like you know, pop culture osmosis and TNG and all that. I haven't seen the original series. I've probably seen a couple of episodes, like just. I used to, when I was in high school, I had a TV in my room, and I'd usually leave it on when I was playing games. So I would occasionally catch some late night reruns of the original series. But other than that, I haven't watched it, no. Alright, we're coming in for a nice docking here. Beautiful. Perfect. Look at that. Alright, now we can send over some extra fuel. You just fuel it up. Let's go. And then the beautiful thing here is we don't actually need any actual fuel to get back, because we should have enough monopropellant to just deorbit us. Which I guess I'm kind of hoping for, but I have no guarantee of that. Propellant here, probably propellant over. Oh, it's got 30 on there. Oh, right, of course it does, because it can't actually go through here. Oh, wait. Crossfeed's enabled. That's weird. Okay, I should watch Babylon 5 Star Trek original series, followed immediately by... What is Star Trek Continues? I've never heard of that. I know TNG. I know the movies. Alright, so let's get the antenna up. Antenna. Alright. Antenna's good. Alright, we can probably send you guys home. Dock. Alright, now we're just going to deorbit using RCS only. Boy, that sound, huh? That periapse is going down. All good. And there goes our new station. But once we've deorbited this, we'll check in with the station, make sure, see if we can do the mission. Otherwise, we'll just have to use that as something else. It's a fan series. Okay. They built an Enterprise set based on the Desilu blueprints, and they went out of their way to do justice to TOS. Why is it always the fans that... I guess it makes sense that the fans would have the most love for these kind of things, but it's so frustrating consistently seeing fan works. Not all fan works, mind you. There's some pretty crappy garbage out there, but it just seems like if something's really good, it's done by a fan, because studios are only in it for the money. I mean, they were in it for the money originally too, but they still managed to put together a decent show. Alright, that's probably enough of that. And it's the same with like Pokemon games, as a good example of something that just came out. Like Pokemon fan games, now they have a political agenda. I mean, they always did. It was always a very progressive show. First interracial kiss, they had Asian on there, they had obviously the black woman was on there. Now, whether you agree with the politics of the show or not is, I guess, the question, but I just think the show's not very good. It doesn't, like, it looks like an action series more so than a kind of a Planet of the Week diplomacy philosophical show that is more interesting, I think, to most Star Trek fans. Alright. So we successfully fixed the station. We'll get these two home. Great. Yeah, now they're happier now. And like I said, we'll check on the station. We'll see if it's still a go for going to the Mun. Otherwise, we're going to have to send up another one of those behemoths. I'm not looking forward to, but that's how it goes, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're coming in over the KSC, unfortunately. It's going to be out in the ocean. You're just joining us for the Jeb Memorial stream. You missed the memorial section. It was at the beginning. I'll probably clip it later and put it up if anyone's interested, or you can go back and watch the VOD. It was right at the beginning, so. Are you talking about Star Trek Discovery? Or just like in general? Because my thing with Discovery, and again, I'm not a Star Trek fan, so I can't speak like authoritatively about it, but the whole like the spore drive and all that weird stuff that's not very Star Trek-y, that's not what I associate with Star Trek. Oh yeah, Picard just, I don't know. It's not the Picard that is from TNG. It's like a totally different character. And I mean, I only know this because I've watched a handful of reviews by people who are passionate about Star Trek. But yeah, it just seems like big budget spectacle, regardless of the political leanings. It just doesn't seem like a Star Trek show. It seems like an action show. Which I guess, if you're into that. Oh. My cat has once again come to say hello. Hello, cat. Right, we're coming in now. Val and Bill did a great job. Other Star Trek. I've heard Voyager's really good. I kind of want to watch that. I guess I would have to watch everything up to that, though, right? And then Deep Space Nine, too. What about, like Star Trek Enterprise? That's like a midquel, right? Or is that... When does that take place? Emmykin says hi. Says hi, cat. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna move you now so I can see. Yep, here we go. Gonna move ya. Okay, he does not want to be moved. I guess he's not blocking anything important right now. We'll let him sit here. The thing about Star Trek Continues, it feels like that's good. The feel is so important in these kind of things. James Doohan played Scotty, and got Chris Doohan, his son, to play Scotty. That's cool. Okay, buddy. I'm gonna have to move you, alright? Wasn't James Doohan that guy who was in the movie about a killer eye? Oh no, he could see... It was called Through Dead Eyes. He could see through people's... If he touched a dead person, he could see what they saw in their last moments. Or something like that. Emmykins can confirm. Alright, so Cat has curled up on my desk between the keyboard and the monitor, but he's not blocking anything, so I'm going to let him sit here for now. Blowing it down. Blowing it way down. What did you think of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek? No bueno? I only saw the first one, and I was like, okay, this is interesting, but I don't know. What are they building up to here? What is the goal? It's yet another action movie, yes. He was in Through Dead Eyes. All right, there we go. That's the movie. I've come to a weird balance with it. I can watch it the first and third, but the second one is still awful. All right, that's fair. Like I said, I only saw the first one. Fun action, not like what I expect from Star Trek, I guess. It seems like one of those things where you like Enterprise, less a fan of Voyager. All right. The movies seem to be one of those things where they took what was a science fiction, like relatively hard sci-fi. I guess not hard because there's faster than light travel, but relatively hard sci-fi. It's not crazy. With like a lot of philosophical talk and negotiations and interactions, and turn it into Mission Impossible in space. Actually, less a fan of. Oh wow, okay. Oh, here you go. This is gonna take a while with 3 parachutes. Our way down. So, between Star Wars and Star Trek, I've seen more Star Wars, but I'm not a fan of either. Although I imagine Star Wars has the better games, historically at least. Star Trek has had some pretty interesting ones, like Fleet Commander. Here we are. Gently flash down. Do you allow posting links or should whisper to Emmykins? You can just post it. I don't think I have them blocked. If I do, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I have enough people in here doing anything bad that I've needed to change it. Okay, well my cat has now rolled over and exposed his belly. I guess he's happy. This is why I need a webcam, so you guys can see. That's okay. Okay, so we finished the mission. We're gonna need to do a couple of these for sure. Attach a new part. That could get us some money. Got a couple of MUN recovery missions. All right, first things first, though, we need to check the MUN station ship. Let's check it out. All right. See if we can do the mission. We cannot do the mission. So, we're going to change this to the Memorial Station. And we're going to put this into an orbit of about 120 kilometers. And we'll use it as a secondary science research refueling station in orbit of Kerbal. Keep an eye on these. Nope. So the KSS is basically obsolete at this point. Definitely gonna want to put this on a more less inclined orbit that it got knocked into. Circularize our periapsis out there. and change our inclination a bit. Should be good. So wait, Emmykins, if I get a webcam, rather than having my face on it, I would just have Cat. Is that what you're suggesting? Okay, buddy, you gotta get your paws off the keyboard. Oh, the keyboard away from your paws. There we go. Widening it out. A little bit more. It's an episode of TOS Mirror Mirror, which took place in the Mirror Universe. Star Trek continues did an episode called The Fairest of Them All, and there was some overlap. Check that out. I am familiar with actually quite a few of the episodes, just like I said, pop culture osmosis or watching people review individual episodes. So, I have heard of Mirror Mirror. Okay. Now we need to point north. I want to say... Way. Yes, okay. Going the right way. Up this bulky station around. Chug, 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 chug. Come on. Ah, there we go. So now we need to build another copy of the same style of station, although we're going to make some tweaks to it. Make it a little more sturdy, stable going up. We don't end up with a couple of flips. Yeah, I feel like he moves around too much. He wouldn't stay on one spot. Unlike me. Doesn't move very much. It tends to stay in one spot. It would be difficult to set up a cat cam like that. I guess I could make a little spot for him that he could go into when he wanted. And then if he did, I'd have the camera pointing at that, but... I don't know. Fix our inclination here. Come on. Got it. Alright, there we go. Good stuff. So, the Jeb Memorial Base Station now successfully in orbit. We're gonna get these pointed. Down. For maximum convenience while docking. Well, I guess technically if... What is the most efficient way to have the oriented so that they always... Is that even possible? Something like that, yeah. Certainly doing something that doesn't involve being in the same room. Alright, we were pointed down. I'm gonna call that good. Roll from here. And back to the Space Center. It is, actually. I was walking home today, and the Christmas decorations are out in force here. They must have come up yesterday afternoon, because I didn't see any of them earlier this week. But now I'm seeing a bunch of them. Alright. So we're gonna work on the new station. Gonna get that all squared away. That was called the Mud Station design. Alright, so a couple things that we notice. We want to auto strut. Yep, we want to auto strut that. And then I think we want to also run some struts up the side here. Like so. Just to provide a little bit of extra rigidity. Yeah, I'd say that looks good. And that should hopefully keep things a little less wobbly on our takeoff. That worked. Go strut it up. Save it. Alright, well, unfortunately the only other person we have that's as much of a daredevil as Jeb is Valentina. I guess we're going to be sending her into space, attempting to control this thing. Which, you know, gonna suck. Alright. Alright, let's make sure everything's good. So, antenna. Oh, we need an antenna. We have an antenna, okay. Has a docking port, got 2. Generate power. Yep, solar panels. Must be fully assembled when launched. Done. Porting at least 7 Kerbals. Yep. 2 pilots. We'll fix that eventually. And maintain stability for 10 seconds. Put your station in orbit of the moon. Alright, Val. Let's see. You're making it my job to get me hooked on Babylon 5. Where can I find it? If I can easily get access to it, I shouldn't have any issues. But it's one of those things where, like, I gotta track down a DVD box set somewhere. That might be a problem. Alright, Valentina, all systems should be go. So let's go. Whee. Do not wobble. Do not wobble. Not wobbling too bad, so that's good. Right, on Amazon Prime, and I think it's available on Apple Plus. Okay. That's not too bad, at least. Heading up. Not too much. No trouble yet. That's good. Keeping it nice and easy here. Gee, the official JMS watch guide. Oh boy. Sounds like a lot of work to watch a TV show. I don't have to read the comic, do I? Oh, going the wrong way, Valentina. Nope. Here comes the spin. All right, let's try to make this as quick as possible. All right, we'll wheels. She only did 1 flip. I think Jeb did, oh, I guess she's going for 2 also. Oh, boy. Oh, no, turn that off. Jeez. Okay, Valentina. Let's try to salvage this, huh? Alright, up. Up. And go. This thing just does not like to fly, huh? At least it's not as wobbly as last time. That's good. Still kind of wobbly, I think. Yeah, it's not so much coming from up here. It's coming from more down here, I think. Maybe I need to toggle reaction wheels. Can I not turn the reaction wheels off? Turn them off. I think they're causing the problems. Alright, here we go. Now we're good. Makes more sense if you use the watch order. The problem is the story is so tight and then things got out of order due to TV production. And that always sucks. It's like, hey, we've made all the episodes in exactly the right order so people will understand what's going on. Yeah, but we're going to air them in a different order because reason. Alright, well, Val put in 2 flips in honor of Jeb, so I'm going to give this mission a thumbs up. Look at Firefly. Yeah, I know all about Firefly. So, we are going to hopefully be able to get this thing into orbit. I guess it's going to have the same problem the other one did. It's going to get up there and it's not going to have enough fuel to get to the Mun. We'll have to send up a refueling shuttle. Although I guess we need to send up a shuttle anyway in order to get pilots and stuff on board. Here we go. Almost where orbit. This one actually seems like it had more Delta B left in the tank when we sent Jeb up here. That's pretty cool. Alright. So let's speed up time so we get up. I don't know, 95K is probably good-ish. Doesn't need perfect since we're just sending it off to the Mun anyway. I think one of my issues with at least American TV is that if a series does really well, they want more of it, even if there's no more left to say. Not everything needs a sequel, you know? Sometimes a story is good enough on its own. And so they keep making it, and they keep making more and more and more, and then the writers run out of ideas, and then you end up with like 10 seasons of a show that maybe should have just done 1 or 2. Then people look back and like, well, there's more bad of this show than there is good. So what is the point? Alright. Let's, oh, plant flag, we'll take that one. And, you know, if we're sending up a crew shuttle, do some refueling, it wouldn't kill us to also snag a couple of Kerbals from orbit, would it? So let's put together the refueling shuttle. That's why I watch K-dramas. Battlestar Galactica. Ronald D. Moore told them to pound sand when they offered him $90 million for another season. There you go. That's what you gotta do. Gotta say, listen, this is the whole show. There's nothing left. There's no more show. It's done. I've told all I could tell. Get some extra fuel tanks on this. I think we're good. It's kind of tempting to bring extra fuel, but I don't think it's worth it. We want to bring 2 pilots. Oh shoot, we don't have 2 pilots. That's not great. I guess we'll just do a quick rescue mission then, using the same thing. And we can drop off some fuel too, even if we're not dropping off Kerbals. And actually, now that I think about it, we're going to be doing that. We should actually send up a pilot. Oh, we don't have another pilot. We'll send up at least a scientist. Let's head back to the tracking center, actually, and see when the next wreck is going to get close enough that we can send up someone to recover. So I think Agony is going to be our first victim here. And while I'm here, I should change this to a station. Station is correct. Station. Naming. 20. Space Center. So Emmykins, did you see Squid Game? I ask her this because she gets mad if you ask about Squid Game. She only watches non-mainstream K-dramas. There's the KSS. Agony's Craft. Right over the here. K-drama, Korean dramas or Korean TV shows. Let's put together a group here. They're not all dramas necessarily, but I think that's kind of the exported and popular stuff. First, we need to take the hat off. Then we need to load up, and we'll send Bob up there. Why not? Get some experience out at the MUN. We'll send up Mike to escort them. Oh no, wait. I was gonna do this. I'm gonna send him empty. He's gonna pick up the guys. I don't know. She has not been to Korea. All right. That. Make sure everything's good. And let's go, Mike. Get it going. There you go. Going too fast. Slow down there, Speedy. Getting wobbly here. I think that's probably good for now. Here. Raise the throttle. Getting up high now. Up over a bit. Look at it go. Well, plasma never hurt anybody, right? Perfect. Alright. Check our rendezvous. Hey, that's not too bad. Too bad at all. Unfortunately, that increases our arrow. I am digging that separation there. See if we can't pull that one off, huh? Alright, so we're going to be relative speed, so we're going to need to really kind of boost it here, actually. Alright, that's probably good enough. We'll sort out our relative speed somewhere up here by the apoapsis. Give us, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to quickly figure something out. Pass intersect 1, that's just going to switch to intersect 2. Going to move toward intersect. And we have relative speed of 533.3 meters per second. Separation of about 15 kilometers. To obviously bridge that a little bit. So at some point here, we're going to need to bring our velocity relative to the target down. And since we launched so close to it, it shouldn't be an issue. It's going to be for sure at least like 550 meters per second to get to this thing. That leaves us with an extra 3,100 in the tank-ish. A little less than that. We have enough to go pick up the other one and then go to the MUN station, drop off the rest of our fuel, drop off our pilot, assuming we picked up a pilot, and then head back down to get these guys added. So good. Keep close here. Oh yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. Alright, so the intersect is going to be a little bit high. Kilometers. That down a little. Adjustments here. There we go. Going down. Probably good enough. The Vulcan Rider, eventually you're going to get into orbit. Then what are you going to do? What is your next goal? Landing on the Mun, making a space station, going to Duna. Duna's a... Oh, I should check the alarm clock. Okay, still 4 days to go, at least. We're not in any rush yet. That checked up on. Our distance here. Once we get down below about 2,000 meters, we'll start getting closer. Maybe using GPS a little bit. Alright, so we should be able to kinda... There it is. Alright, there we go. Oh, it's getting away from us. I see. So now we're trying to play catch up, which is a little bit more tricky than just playing stop right at the place where it is. But as you can see, we'll be intersecting in about 4 minutes. Mun, then space station. Space station, well, you have to unlock the parts for it. Space stations are basically just rockets that don't have to come back down. They're actually pretty easy. The docking part is kind of what trips people up, I think. Right, we are closing in here. Alright, I think we're close enough. Get over there. But Mun landings can be pretty tricky as well. Obviously, you've seen me do a couple so far, but you know, as long as your ship is well designed and has a little bit of redundancy, you should be okay. There's a lot of good, easy designs out there with basic parts that'll at least get you there. You don't need ladders or anything because you can just jetpack. Or my ships have sucked. Yeah, at some point you might just have to like get some samples or something off the internet of stuff that for sure works. And that way you can practice your maneuvering without having to worry whether it's your ship design sucking or if you're just not... Did I watch Charney? Me? I can say for sure I have not watched Charney. Oh, is that that must be a streamer or something. Thought we were still talking about TV. Up. Our friend. Oh. Okay, just stay like that. Don't get out, okay? There we go. Alright, you're good now. Alright, meanwhile, Agony here is a pilot. Very helpful. We need more pilots. And we're gonna head over there. Alright, next Kerbal we pick up is going to be Garely. We're gonna do here. Orbit. We're going to widen orbit out, which will slow us down. And that should get our separation nice and tiny. course, we don't want to burn too much fuel doing this, but I guess we did bring plenty. Indian Kerbal streamer. I walked him through building a ship I had put together. Unlike me, he managed to get it to orbit, but it was the southern polar one because the control was so flaky. Oof. Yeah, those polar orbits are not generally what you want. I guess they're useful for radar, the mining scanner or the mineral scanner. All right, we picked up Agony. Now we're gonna pick up German or Garley. We'll head off to the station. It'll be okay. So what? Okay, so walk me through what your ship looks like from top to bottom. 'Cause I'm curious to see what's causing you trouble. In here. This should be a pretty easy pickup. Let's check our intersect. Yep. It got too top heavy as the first stage fuel burned off. That's what you want it to be, top heavy. That's fine. It's like a lawn dart. You want the top to be the heaviest part. Seconds, huh? Wow. Change that target then. Oh, coming in hot here. Holy cow. That was close. Almost had a repeat. Luckily I had the engine pointing the right direction this time. Alright, there we go. Now we'll just cruise in at a reasonable speed and finish slowing down as we get a little closer. Doing your gravity turned too early, couldn't get it out of the atmosphere. Yeah, as you've seen, that tends to happen to me with my bigger crafts as well. You have enough fuel loaded up, you can usually fight through it, but sounds like in your case you're cutting it pretty slim to begin with. Close. That good. What do we have here? Gurley is another pilot. All right. They heard about Jeb and they want to come help. Good deal. I accept. Up. Then we're going to refuel the station. A little transfer. Right. Good. Orbit. station set as the target. So we are going to widen our orbit out so that we are intersecting with station, which I think is at right now. No, not that, not Jeb. This one. There we go. At 95-ish. Oh, well, we've already gone too far. Great. I guess we'll just follow the intersect markers here. Nope. The cool thing about getting into orbit, did you miss anything? No, not really. The cool thing about getting into orbit is that once you've done it once, you can generally do it again pretty easily. As long as the ship has got what it takes to get there. Barely scrap anymore. The intersect, though. That's what I wanted to see. Bringing it down. Bring it around. Oh, okay. That's good enough. We'll finish the rest on the way back. Got Kerbal. You safely back down here shortly. So, as far as missing anything, no, you didn't miss anything. Nobody's blown up. We've successfully rescued 2 Kerbals from orbit. We're about to rendezvous with the Mun station and do a quick fuel transfer and crew swap so we can get Val back down on the ground. Then we need to load up one of these pilots. And what else? Actually not sure. I guess we need to pick which scientists we want to send. And then we need to start designing some Mun-related landers and stuff we can ship off to the space station to use as landers. This point is juggling the stuff I need to keep straight. Thrust weight ratio, delta V, staging, speeds, and when to do your turns. It's like juggling chainsaws. It really is, because you can't exactly pause. I mean, you can, like, hit escape, but you don't have time to pause and check that everything's going right. You have to be flying and watching, and the more stuff that you can keep, the more variables you can keep stable, the better. Which is probably why they don't manually fly rockets in the real world. Like, the last thing you want is, like, somebody sitting at the controls actually flying the thing. Like, you set it up and you let it go, and computer does the work. Get point the right direction. Here. Effect. That's pretty good. Minor distance as well, so we don't get too close. And then earning science. Yeah, that's true. Most of the best science you can get, generally you don't have to do in flight. Or at least not in, like, that kind of flight. It's more, okay, you're in orbit above the Mun. Or whatever. You don't have to, like, do it while you're flying. manually. You're in a stable orbit, more or less. Alright. Vulcan Rider will be right back. Nothing exciting is going to happen. We're going to dock. Nothing is going to blow up. How sad everyone is that nothing's going to blow up. Oh man. What a bummer. Alright, we're closing in here. Has the light been better since I increased the general light level? I get it's actually way easier to see, I think. You guys can probably tell on your end as well. Coming in. Docking ports. Good stuff, good stuff. Once we get down to 100 meters, try to get everything set up the way we want. This is the right, okay, this is one state. Looks fine, all right, good to hear. I know we've had various suggestions over these last several streams how to improve quality of life of the stream, and I think they've all worked pretty well. Turn the volume on the music down, we increase the brightness, everything's good. Alright, so we're going to set our target as the docking port. Gonna make our way over there using the RCS. Not have solar panels. Oh, that's not great. I guess the poodle recharges though. Alright, Cat has come to say hello. Cat, I can't play right now. I have to... I gotta fly the ship. Come on, buddy. Come on. I know, you're very cute. And you need attention, but now is not the time. Let's actually get this turned so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, that is not right. I want it like this. So up. No. Left. Hang on, I have this backwards. We're gonna turn this way. And this should have me lined up properly. So this should be up. Down. Okay, so this is up. This is right. This is down. Okay. And that's forward. Alright. I'm not yelling at Cat, I'm just letting him know that this is not a good time to be jumping up here. Because it is not. We've already had one incident this week, let's not try to have another one. Okay. Oh, forgot it's the wrong way. I wanted to be going this way. There we go. Okay, now we've gone too far in a few places here. Like a crane game, jeez. Alright, this is what we want, I think. Go. Got a little bit of Not perfect, but it worked. Alright. Everybody's good. Okay. So let's transfer. Transfer crew. Transfer Valentina. To here. Transfer Mike. To main station. Guess let's put on a SAS here. To unload all the fuel. Stopped. What I wanted to do. Yep, get it nice and full. Oh, we're even gonna have a little bit left in the shuttle. That's convenient. Alright, so now Valentina should be flying this thing. And Mike should be in charge. Going to undock. And we're gonna do that. Valentina. Gonna get this. From here. Oh, this is Mike, never mind. Sorry, buddy. Forgot we switched you out. Get that oriented and normal. Good. Oh, we should probably get these open, huh? Don't run out of power. I mean, we've got enough battery life we should be fine, but better safe than sorry, right? And then switch back and come in for a nice landing. Let's see where we're going to be landing here. Somewhere near the crater. Pointing at anything? We're not. Easy peasy. We got plenty of fuel for this. Pretty impressive that we had that much fuel left over. After not only like rescuing 2 Kerbals. Seemed like we had barely anything after bringing up the hat for the Jeb Memorial Station. Alright, time. Get these 3 guys home. And then we will do another mission, I guess. That one went pretty well, I would say. Disengage. Butt down. Good to go. Alright. So, we've talked about Star Trek, we've talked about Star Wars, talked about other things. Let's talk about regional fast food. What is the most regional fast food place in your region that no one's heard of? Probably. Or someone's heard of it. Around here, I would say maybe Taco John's. But there are other regions in the US and in Canada. I guess I shouldn't limit it to fast food, just like regional chains of food, fast food or casual or whatever. I'm excited to hear some of these wonderful names. Interesting. I don't see anything in the chat. There must not be any regional chains. Look at all those squares of water down there. So many squares. Oh, well, if you guys don't want to talk about food, that's fine too. Let's talk about games. I've been playing Astroneer recently. I picked it up on the autumn sale on Steam. Alright. Kind of got like the standard building, crafting, expansion, automation thing going on that a lot of games seem to have. Although Minecraft has been awfully, unmodded Minecraft, vanilla Minecraft, has been awfully resistant to good automation. Like, yeah, there's redstone, but you can't do much with that. I know we live in the same area. I was seeing if anyone else in chat had anything. And maybe I forgot a good one. You know, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so Minecraft doesn't have... vanilla Minecraft again. Doesn't have the automation that you find in a lot of those mods that add the... like the pipes or the conveyor belts or whatever. Auto miners and all that good stuff. And I'm surprised that that hasn't happened. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. They take like 3 years to come out with one update at this rate. So it's definitely a type of game I like. Like I said, I've been playing Dyson Sphere Program. That whole game is just build planet-sized factories and then build a mega structure, or 2 or 3 or however many you want. Once you've built your first Dyson Sphere, it's pretty trivial to build more. Well, I mean, there could be other people in chat, I don't know. Maybe some lurkers that don't generally say anything. I don't want to presume. I realize it is Friday night, so... and it's the Thursday, or the Friday after Thanksgiving. So... I'm not expecting a ton of people to be here, honestly. People should probably be spending their holiday weekend with their family, or... friends, or... anything else besides watching me play Kerbal Space Program on Twitch. Although hopefully they'll at least check out the VOD and appreciate the memorial service we had for Jeb earlier. But I think it's going to be a pretty routine night tonight as far as missions go. Nothing too exciting. Just some standard Happy Joe's. Oh, that's true. Happy Joe's is here. That's a Happy Joe's is a regional, local-ish pizza place. We have science database. We can do that. Attach a new part. Attach a Communitron 16. I mean, that's pretty good money. We get 3 prestige. Well, first thing we need to do actually is send up a scientist and a pilot. Why don't we do that? Still coming in. Still got plenty of time. Delete these crafts here. And go ahead. Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen's not regional. That's all over the US. And probably other countries as well. Alright, we've got the crew transfer shuttle ready to go here. Let's load up Valentina, one of our new pilots. And I guess we'll just send Bob. He doesn't have anything else going for him right now. Get out on the launch pad. and see how far the Mun station has to go before we can launch. Is that it? Alright, that's not too bad. Set this target. I don't need all the... There we go. Wait for it to be over the ocean as we did before. That worked out pretty well. Good deal. Good to go now. All systems ready. Everybody locked and loaded. Here we go. Oh, wrong button. Let's go. But definitely Happy Joe's originally. Dairy Queen, though, I wouldn't say that is. Be widespread. I'm thinking stuff like Checkers in like the southeast, Waffle House, In-N-Out Burger, Wawa, Whataburger, stuff like that. Like stuff that if you went to a place where it was, people talk about it, but if you leave that area, people are like, what? Is that a place? Is this a real thing? Are you making this up? It sounds stupid. Like Happy Joe's. Happy Joe's is a great example of it. Like, why is it called Happy Joe's? I don't know. Maybe the guy who founded it was called Joe. Or maybe it's just a fun name. Probably check our stuff here, but I think we're on a good track. Alright, there we go. Oh, got a little toasty there. Notice. And, yep. Oh, I need to really change that staging. I liked that one. Can we go back to that one, please? Game, maybe? There we go. That's what I want. That is nice. So now we're going to switch to target mode. I'm going to do my little trick here. Not really a trick, it's just the way to do it. You don't know any other weird regional places? That's okay. I was watching a video earlier and I saw a bag for Wawas. It was like just totally irrelevant. And I'm like, oh right, that's a thing that exists. I wonder what other weird places there are. Weird regional like food places, like restaurants that are a chain that are popular or at least well known in their region where they exist, but outside of that, nobody knows. So like stuff like Wawa, Whataburger, I guess Sonic is a little more widespread. There's like commercials. Or Checkers or Waffle House. Stuff like that. Stuff that hasn't quite managed to go national. So, the Munt Station here. About a minute. White Castle. Ah, yes. White Castle's a pretty good example. I feel like that's pretty East Coast, right? Or like New England-ish. We get below about 5,000 or 5 kilometers, we will get the relative speed down quite a bit. Out of like 100 meters per second. There we go. Oh, not quite. There we go. You know, White Castles, no one is ambivalent about them. They either love them or hate them. Yeah. I've never personally been to White Castle, but I don't know, kind of greasy. I suppose that's kind of the point. We gotta stop watching chat here for a second. Alright, there we go. I mean, I'm not sure why you'd go to a burger place and not expect it to be greasy, but you know how some people are. It was the very first hamburger chain, originally from 1921. Wow. They should lean harder into that. Like, oh, I think McDonald's is cool. Well, let us show you a thing or two about a thing or two. I guess the issue is it's kind of a limited style of burger, though. Like, they pretty much just have those little smash burgers, right? When they opened their burgers were a nickel. Oh. If only that were still true. I guess depending on how you look at inflation, it kind of is. I don't know how much a nickel was worth in 1921. Alright, let's base the target. Begin our approach. We need to get this set up properly so I can keep going. Oh. And they use good quality meat, so they're not that greasy. Alright. So they're like well, I guess Five Guys is they got the greasy fries more so than the burgers themselves. Okay. Coming in here. Slow it down a little bit more. Although I think at these speeds, they steam them on a bed of onions. I have seen that, which is pretty cool. as a big fan of onions, I'm always happy to see onions getting more use and more love. Clear these out. Got like grand at that. Lined up. That should be the target. Feels like we're not coming in at like a weird angle. There we go, that's better. Forward. Push over. Ooch. See how much trouble we're in here. Alright, so I know this is where I need to be. We just need to eyeball it here, I guess. As I left the station with the docking ports pointed normal and anti-normal. Make it easier to dock. Well, it doesn't. Oh, I guess I did not set that as target. That's why it looks so weird. That's what I like to see. Just a nice, simple kiss. Beautiful. Alright, so we have arrived with our fresh complement of troops. I mean, Kerbals. Transfer. Transfer. Alright. So everybody's good to go now. We can leave. Everybody's happy. Alright. We're actually gonna leave these guys here for a brief second. Another thing I want to do is build and deploy satellite, since I did SATCOM in the military. There's actually a lot of things you can do with like relay satellites and like setting up constellations. So if you like putting communication satellites in orbit, there's a lot you can do with that. There's even some settings you can change so that rather than having ground stations all around the planet, you actually just have the one at KSC, and you have to deploy satellites in order to increase your range of communication. Rescue Laby from orbit. Take that one since that's the only one available. And we'll see what character is here. And Mun Station is here, KSS is here. Mun Station is here. Too many stations in orbit. Use. Alright, so let's go pick up Laby. And bring him or her home. So we are here. Target is here. For as far as I know or am concerned, I don't worry too much about relay satellites beyond the bare minimum that I need to control my probes on other planets. But like I said, there's a whole lot you can do with that if you want to get real into it. Alright, so this is target at 83. I guess we should start by reducing our orbit. Intersect a little bit better. '83-ish. More. Perfect. Okay. And we shouldn't be at station. That's fine. Actually, think about it. We should probably switch to the station. We can send this thing to the moon. We're gonna actually want to plan this out a little bit better than I normally do. Oh, nope, don't set as target. Unset target. Oh, focus view. No. Okay. Bump this up a couple of times. Too far. Good-ish, although we're gonna want to tweak this a little bit, I think. Have an inclination of closer to nothing. Yeah, that's probably better. Okay. So, 5 minutes. Burn time of 1 minute. Not too bad for a big old station like this. Now, does Kerbal acknowledge the concept of geosynchronous orbits? Yes. Yes, it does. Both geosynchronous and geostationary. Crap. Oh no. What have I done? I overshot our window here. Go, 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 go. Oh no. Alright, here we go. There. And go. Alright. So there's probably a lot of resources out there beyond what I can say for making satellite constellations and setting up communications networks and all that stuff. Like I said, that's not really something I focus on when I play. There's some mods too that tweak the values quite a bit. You might want to check those out as well if that's what you're into. Okay. Easy maneuver here. We have plenty of delta V in the tank. With enough left over to slow down at the mun. Make sure our orbit is good. We'll probably go at like 50 kilometers. A nice 50-kilometer orbit. I guess we could do 30, but I'd rather be higher for these stations. Just so they spend more time in the sun, generally. And we are closing in on the end of the burn here. Keeping a close eye on it so I don't overshoot too much. Good. But now we're coming in nice and easy. Kind of. Okay, well, it's a little goofy looking, but we'll fix it when we get there. Now, set that as an alarm. Yep. Everybody looks happy, or at least not unhappy. Good enough for me. switch back to the transfer shuttle. All right, let's pick up our new friend, Laby. Right, so here are our intersects. For here. The Jeb Memorial Station. There we go. I think somewhere here. Good. Just boost it out. Go way out there. Don't need to worry about fuel here. Which alarm program do you use? I use the new built-in one. I don't mess with mods. At least not in this playthrough. This is strictly vanilla. I want anybody to just be able to come in here, look at what I'm doing, and say, oh, that's a cool game. Cool that you can do all that stuff in the base game. You don't have to get any mods. Obviously, yeah, mods make it easier, or they add cool visuals, or new planets, or new engines, or whatever. But I'm not using it. Good here. Keep an eye on the clock, though, in case anything changes. Fusion mods, yeah, that's tends to be kind of the general way about things. Everybody grabs like Scatterer and stuff like that to make things look better. I think it looks fine on its own. Got its own little charm to it. Okay, there is our intersect. Slow this down. Oh. And we're good. Not quite. A little bit more, a little bit closer. And I think that's good enough for now. Chill. Get a little closer. We're gonna end up over the crater, over the desert. Okay, so we should be able to land close to the KSC if we so desire. I can practice my precision landing. Climb. Come on. Closer we... a little bit far. That's weird. I feel like we should be a lot closer than that. Maybe not. It's actually getting farther away. Alright, we'll just point towards it then. Hola, ¿cómo están, mi amigo? Bueno. Gracias. That is the extent of my Spanish. Hello. You missed the memorial service. That was at the beginning of the stream, but sure you can check out the clip or the VOD if you're so inclined. Otherwise, we're doing pretty well tonight. We fixed the original station that we sent up, and it's been renamed to Jeb Memorial Station, and it's now parked in a 120-kilometer orbit. We sent out the new and improved MUN station to orbit the MUN, and we've rescued a couple of Kerbals that were in orbit to kind of bolster our ranks. We were running low on pilots, I noticed, so we picked up a couple. And that's all you've missed today. So, this point, I'm just picking up one more Kerbal as I bring Valentina back. She had taken up the last crew to hop on the Mun station before it transferred. And then once she lands, we're going to hop over to that and get it into orbit. And then once that's in orbit and we finish the mission, we're going to finish up the Minmus mission that's been ongoing for a while now. And I guess we could do grab some crew report here to finish that mission. What else? Lizgard. Where's Lizgard? Do we not get Lizgard, guy? Oh no, Lizgard's coming from Minmus. Never mind. That's right, okay. So that one's good. This one will be done. This one will be done. Still need to fly by Eve, though. Things are going well. Things are going much better than last session. I can't say the same for Rimworld. The colony collapsed into a fiery disaster. So we're starting a new one next Wednesday with an ideology this time. Closing in here. And I am interested in doing some other games on stream if anyone else is interested. I did just pick up Astroneer on the sale. I still would like to do Oxygen Not Included at some point. So many games. I've been playing a lot of Green Hell. I don't know if that streams well. Playing Super Auto Pets or whatever. That seems to be kind of a thing on Twitch right now. Jimin 2 made it to the end, though. Yes, Jimin 2 did, in fact, make it to the end of the base. Nobody else did. All the pawns were dead. The man in black showed up and got promptly destroyed. I really think that I bungled the handling of that base. I'm going to be a little more... I took some notes physically on my notepad about how to... Super Auto Pets. It's an auto battler. It's free on Steam. Basically, you build your party and then you battle other parties. And basically, the different animals have different abilities. And between rounds, you upgrade your pets or buy new pets. It's a pretty straightforward auto battler. But yeah, Astroneer has been... I bought it yesterday or today. Must have been last night. And I've been playing it. It plays a lot like Minecraft. I mean, it's hard not to make those kind of comparisons with these kind of games. But it's in that exploration, gather resources, building, same kind of genre. Oh, I love the flags. All right, Leiby is another pilot. Okay. Wrong one. That's good. We need more pilots. You've seen Astroneer played before. Okay. Yeah, like it seems solid enough. I just need to probably play it a little more. And like I said, I don't know if it's a game that streams well. Especially, I'm still trying to build an audience, so I need to play games that people actually watch. Because not everybody's here for me. They might be here for the game instead. But hey, good news. I'm almost to 50. You can build your own electronic circuits and things like that. Wait, in Astroneer, really? Astroneer is multiplayer, yeah. I actually started playing Raft last Friday with some other people. And boy, let me tell you, that game is hectic in multiplayer. Especially if nobody wants to take charge, which seems to be the case. I sometimes feel like I have to take charge, because otherwise nobody will. I love Raft. Alright, well, we got a Raft lover in the chat, guys. Raft them up. Yeah, I convinced some other people to pick it up because I've been trying to play through it, but every time I get a group together, it's like it peters out after like a session or two. I think people just don't particularly like the grind. So yeah, we'll probably pick that up again next week. I'm not sure what the stream I'm doing tonight is. The world would be a better place if everyone just did what I say. I mean, maybe. I guess it depends on what you say. It'd certainly be a better place for you, I'm sure. But if you were like, hey, Starshard, stop streaming, and then I had to do it, well, you know, in this case, maybe that would make the world a better place. I don't know. Like, hey, stop streaming and go help starving people in Africa. Go do something productive with your time. Oh, look at that. You can see the docking hatch. That's actually super cool that they added that. Neat. Love the views from inside. So cool. There we go. Yeah, so cool. Do we bring enough snacks, guys? Probably. I'll stop. No. We have such an awesome raft. 4 engines in the back. 4 engines, huh? Vulcan Rider says, I don't like doing multiplayer. I'm always getting my arse kicked. Yeah, I mostly prefer to play co-op games these days. The Raft, Valheim, maybe Minecraft. Not so much Minecraft anymore. I do want to play through Terraria again with some people. Biofuel refining. We have an electric water purifier. Sprinklers for the plants. It's amazing. That does sound pretty awesome. I've been able to get to the point where you get engines, but not anywhere past that. So I'm hoping with this group we can get something together. Even co-op. I feel like I'm not playing with. I mean, that's not usually a super big deal. What I try to do in games when I'm not as confident in my abilities is just do whatever the leader or someone else says to do and then do it to the best of my ability. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a game. Oh, another game that I really want to do is Barotrauma, or Barotrauma, which is the 2D side view submarine game. I've played through Subnautica a couple of times, and Below Zero. I am on top of that one. Subnautica is so good. My friend Dora, the Explorer. Kidding. Yes, I have played Subnautica. I wish Subnautica maybe would be good for multiplayer. I don't know. But it doesn't have it, so it's a moot point. Did they ever release? Yeah, they did. Came out either earlier this year or at the end of last year. I played through it and beat it. It's not as good as the original Subnautica, but they definitely made some improvements to the building and other things. So what I would like to see is a third entry that combines sort of the bigger world of the first Subnautica with the improved building of the second and the improved engine. Hey, there's the Space Center, yep. I made an attempt to land, but we weren't quite on target. You can see the little island landing pad down there. Do you like when people say that, really? Man, if you like submarine games, you should give Cold Water a shot. Yeah, I know, you've recommended it to me. It's on my wish list. Oh wait. Is Cold Waters the one that you recommended? Or is that a different one? For some reason I want to call it Cold Steel, but I think that's different. Okay. Yeah, it's on my wish list. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not like a big fan of submarine games specifically, but you know, any kind of alien environment, space, underwater, alien planet, always fun to explore. Certainly better than, I don't know, generic fantasy land. So we're coming in for a landing here. Picked up Laby, pilot. I think we already checked. Got the space data from Kerbal. Need to plant a flag on the Mun. So now that we're going to have a space station out there, we can actually send a vessel, pick up some science, instead of bringing it back, because I think we've collected a decent chunk, we can drop it off at the space station and have the scientists there scan it and analyze it in orbit. There's a lot of parallels between subs and spacecraft. I agree. Like the movement in 3 dimensions, the fact that if there's a hole, you die. Sort of the isolation. At least in science fiction. I don't know if any of that would apply in a real life base setting. I mean, the isolation for sure, but I don't think space combat will ever be as dramatic as we see science fiction. There are far more straightforward ways to achieve that kind of orbital supremacy that doesn't involve actual space dogfights or whatever. Exactly, kinetic strikes. Just going to be like, who has the biggest asteroid and who can drop it on the city the fastest. Beyond that, there's no real reason. And it obviously doesn't have to be a literal asteroid, but, you know, tungsten rods or whatever you got up there that's heavy. Alright. So I guess now we just finish up our current ongoing missions. And delete 3. Head over to Sun Station. And get it going. That got us 34 grand plus another 11. If you're a reader, check out John Ringo's Legacy of the Aldenata series for that. For kinetic strikes, or for submarines, or for both. I would also recommend the classic The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. This is the new space station, yes. It's basically the same design. I auto-strutted through here, and I have some extra struts to avoid the wobble. But basically it's the same design, except it has a cupola that hasn't been destroyed. So, you know, that's a plus. And unfortunately, I didn't stick any science-y stuff on here. Although that doesn't really matter, I guess. We're going to be bringing ships out here. And to be fair, we put a cupola on the Jeb Memorial Station. Just we had to send an engineer up there to add it. Let's warp to the periapsis. Good. Alien race. Okay, so let's see what Vulcan Runner had to say about Aldenata series. Alien races involve humans in combat against a race called the Posleen. Oh, so it's like The Last Starfighter. Cool. I should create a Jeb flag to put on the station. That's not a bad idea, actually. I'll look into doing that this weekend. I have some time. Alright, now we need to get this thing into a less, how shall we say, inclined orbit. I think I said I was going to do it at 50 kilometers. Let's get it down to that. 70, 60, 50. Good. Now, on Earth, are we going to orient it? Okay, so right around here, I think, where we need to do the flip. Right. I'm going to call that close enough. Erratic orbit. Yeah, it's a little off kilter, but we're going to fix that. And the contract is complete. We've been rewarded for all our trouble with 161 big ones and 17 infamy, or whatever that resource is called. Prestige, I think. Infamy. Appropriate. So, make a quick adjustment up here. Should be good. Fortunately, we didn't bring a pilot who knows how to do so. Manually do it. Oh, speaking of science fiction, I think I talked about Dune previously. I don't remember what if everyone had been here when I was talking about it. Did anybody see Dune? Anybody like Dune? Do you prefer the classic version from the 80s? Maybe you don't even know what a dune is? Maybe you don't like sand because it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. And so on and so forth. There it is. Inclination. So we can actually tweak this. Get it down to 0. I don't know how you would use that. I guess 0.8 inclination isn't terrible. I never read Dune. Reference acknowledged. Yes. Everyone likes my references. Of course. What happens if you send up an engineer or scientist instead of a pilot? You don't get SAS. If you send up a probe corps and a scientist or an engineer and no pilot, you will have access to SAS so long as the probe corps has a connection back to the KSC. So basically, I just find it easier to send a pilot on each mission than to mess around with setting up a communications network for the most part. A lot of people just say pilots are worthless. I say they have their place, and I like to use them. It saves me a lot of trouble with the communication system. Alright, so this part is done. Let's get these pointed the right direction. I need to unlock the multi-seat capsules. Yeah, that I think, and this might be with one of the DLCs. I don't know if you have all the DLC. Is the P is a 2-seater capsule that fits on the same spot as a Mark 1 command pod. It doesn't have reaction wheels though, so you'll need to add those manually, or maybe just use gimbaling, depending on the mission profile. Let's get this up. Looking good, looking good. Get on there. Beautiful. So, hold it in that position. We're going to docking acquire force 100%. We're going to head back. And we're going to fly the Minmus mission back. Actually, we should check the mission log first here and see if there's anything good we can do. Rover, no. Attach new part to satellite. That'd be good. Test an airstream protective shell on a suborbital trajectory over Urban. And rescue Chadball. Oh, Chadball. That's such a good name. Zelnar. That's a good one. I'm tempted to. How tough are they? One. Oh, he's in low moon. This one's in around the month. Huh. Got 1 lost. Build in action. We have 6 available, 8 assigned. We're gonna have 2 coming back here shortly. Actually, before I do anything, probably get the. I find a lot of players do a lot of missions and build spacecraft that are unmanned. Yeah, that does seem to be kind of the general way people play, which is fine. Like, but I like to use all the Kerbals and save myself the hassle. Let's start the Science Lab. Yeah. 0.054 science per day. Cool. Oh, we're still high, huh? I guess we could hop out. Garely, do you want to get us some info? Weather looks good. Data process. Wait a minute. This isn't circularized. We didn't finish circularizing it, guys. What are you doing? Well, now I feel foolish. Ah. Why didn't anybody tell me we weren't done? It does feel like cheating, I agree. I mean, it's not, because you have to set up a communications network for it to be fully functional at all times. But it just, like, you have pilots that are right there, just, you know, it's not that hard to use them. And you can even set it up so you can send a pilot with, like, an interplanetary mission, and then the pilot can control a landing craft remotely by having, a probe core on it instead of having to go all the way back to the Space Center, which is pretty cool. Bring this down. So my favorite multi-seaters, not this one, this is a 1-seater, but the Mark III is good. Send an engineer and a scientist to the surface. Yeah, exactly. Like, the pilot stays up and controls the ship remotely. The engineer and the scientist can go down in a 2-seater. And it all works out. But you still have the pilot involved. Like, the pilot could have flown there. Or I guess he did fly there, because he got there. Alright, I'm gonna call that pretty good. All that. Researching? Power going down? Okay, power is going down. He is in fact researching. Alright, so that mission is done. The next mission we send to the Mun now will be able to dock with that and bring science to the station instead of sending it back to Kerbal. So here comes our science mission from Minmus, which I believe we already got all the science out of the stuff, so bring it on home here. Yeah. Wrap up a couple of days. Flying around. So cool. I wrote my 5 minutes, put me inside the atmosphere. The 3-minute one did. Alright, good. Did not. We're home. Dude Pont and a Lizgard, who we have rescued for Minmus. And this will probably, or for sure, this will be the last mission of the night. I gotta head over to another stream for Friday. But I will be back on Monday with more Kerbals. We will pick up where we left off. Got a bright future ahead of us. Jeb did not give his life in vain, although it might feel like it sometimes. He greatly expanded our knowledge of proper docking procedure and encouraged us to design better ships, better stations, all that jazz. Getting some lag there. Go. Butt down. And we're coming in. So, if you have a game you'd like to see on stream, feel free to type it out. He taught us that docking is not like driving a 1967 Camaro. Not in so many words, but yeah, something like that. There goes the re-entry heating. Also, don't forget, I like the little 2-seater pod. Yeah, this one, the Mark II, solid little workhorse. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Don't forget, I'm closing in on 50 followers, which is, first of all, it's gonna get us some channel points. Number one. Number two, I'm gonna get some better audio and some video equipment, improve the, I don't know, quality of the stream. And I will be doing a 12-hour stream on a Saturday to celebrate an important milestone. So, if you know anybody that might like this, send them my way. Give them a lot of appreciation. Welcome them with open arms. Tiny little community that I'm attempting to build. Are we gonna land on this island? That'd be cool. Probably not, but it's possible. As long as, yes, I'll keep the pink kitty ears. Don't worry, they're not going anywhere. But I would like to get an actual mic. Although I believe I did get some comments that I had greatly improved the audio quality by putting some filters. Can I get on in the mornings? No, I have to work in the mornings. Crater Island. Yep, Crater Island. I do have an actual job. Um, I'm a normal working person. Uh, I don't know that I'd want to do this full time or anything like that, but I could certainly do some morning streams on the weekends if there was interest in that. I do tend to get up pretty early, even when I'm not working, so I'm mostly just sitting around waiting for other people to wake up to actually do stuff. Pop the parachute here. I mean, don't, like, go into other people's streams and chill me or anything. That's kind of not kosher, but if you, like, have Discord people that you talk to or whatever, that's fine. Otherwise, you can just do what I do and go to your place of work and convince everyone to make a Twitch account. Alright. Down here. And it's good. Oh, okay, I thought we exploded there for a second, but we're safe. Everything's fine. Let's recover that vessel and check what we've got. Come on. Alright. Ooh, that's a lot of science. That. Juicy. Alright, we got 2,400 back. 700,000. That's, oh, reputation is what it's called. Alright. Build a new orbital station. I already built an orbital station. I'm not building a second one, are you crazy? Minmus, though, I could definitely do. Yeah, we'll do that one. Rescue Clausen, Ted Free, Zelnard, Jed Call from the surface. Ooh, that's a tough one. Quite a bit of money, though. Alright, well, we'll leave it there for tonight, I think. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. I hope you enjoyed your experience. I hope you appreciated the Jeb Memorial stream. Is a shuttle or SSTO in your future? Probably not. I don't find them particularly useful. It's just like extra work for not very much gain, because the money you get back is generally pretty minuscule relative to the cost of the vehicle. And you're bringing in so much money for missions, it's not a concern. But anyway, that's it for tonight. I will be back here Monday, same time, same place. Good night, Emmykins. I hope that you're almost done doing whatever it is you're doing. And yes, F's in the chat for Jeb. If you missed the memorial, I will be clipping it and putting it on the clips. Otherwise, you can just go back to the beginning of the VOD. I think it's about 4 minutes in. It's like 30 seconds long. It's not a big deal. So I will see everyone on Monday, hopefully. Have a great night.